I'm going to talk about our uranium situation and our nickel projects and give you some idea of why we think 2019 will be good for both of them. We will be starting a drill program on our nickel project next week, and we're planning a 7,000 meter drill program on our uranium project in the Athabasca Basin. And I'm an exploration geologist. I've been running CanAlaska since 2004. We've weathered the storm of Fukushima, and I believe that the uranium market is showing signs of life, so we figured it's time to get moving. We have a new exploration manager on board, a new COO who's going to drive a lot of these projects during the summer and winter, and he's come to us from Cameco, very familiar with what we've been doing. Our share price is at a low of 31 cents. There's an opportunity here as we go forward and make further discoveries. We certainly expect to do that. Our share price jumped to $1.55 a year and a half ago with a diamond project we put together. But most of our shareholders have been staying with us since Fukushima, when we were trading at $1.65. We've issued 11 million shares since that time, so 11 million shares issued under $1.65. We've got 33 million shares issued now. We believe we're at the right place at the right time. Uranium, structurally mispriced. There is no reason why this uranium should be here other than Fukushima happened, and there's been a surplus of material around for some time. The producers cannot supply world demand at the current prices. Prices will increase. And Lobo said it's better than gold. Well, I certainly believe in the uranium situation for us. But I also believe in the nickel market. I think nickel has come to the fore. When you look at batteries, 80% of these high energy batteries is made of nickel, and the more nickel you can put into these batteries, the more power you can keep into there. And of course, to get nickel, the best nickel comes from sulfide deposits. It's not these laterite deposits you find in Indonesia, which flooded the markets for the last 20 years. Sulfide nickel deposits, and they are very rare. In Canada, we have the 5th largest belt in the world in Manitoba, and at Thompson, we have a smelter that's closing down, but has lots of opportunities around it. Bill Gates says we got to look at nuclear. Well, I believe that. I don't believe we can continue to burn the amount of coal and gas out there and still live on this earth. And if you look at that light bulb will run for 876 years on a kilogram of uranium, but that light bulb will only run for 16 days on the same kilogram of coal. This is what we have to do. We can't dam more rivers. We have to move forward on nuclear. And there is a plan in place. All around the world, there are nuclear power plants being built. You hear about some in China, but there are 3 in the United States right now, and there are a whole lot of small plants being built. The demand is out there. The demand is for another 200 million pounds a year. That's the size of our largest uranium deposits in the Athabasca. Cigar Lake's 200 million pounds. We have to find another one every year to satisfy the ongoing demand. And you don't see these stories in the press. These are all Russian stories. These are all the countries where Russia has influence. And I saw just last week that Jordan was going to work with Russia to build nuclear reactors. These reactors do not work without uranium. You have to have uranium to make a nuclear reactor run. So I believe that we're in the right place with uranium. We are focused completely on uranium in our exploration aspects in the Athabasca. But in Thompson, Manitoba, where there are opportunities too good for us to give up. These are the best jurisdictions in the world to work. They're in our backyard. It doesn't cost us a lot of money to go there. We have secure political situation, and we have the ability to use Canadian money in these areas. In the Athabasca, we have uranium deposits which are 100 times richer than the other uranium deposits around the world. 10 to 20% uranium compared to 0.1 as a world average. And then in Thompson, we have this large nickel belt. So we have a large number of uranium claims in the eastern Athabasca. We've been working with Cameco Corporation, and in the last 3 years, they've put $5 million into this area that I'm showing on the screen. This is a very interesting target with multiple zones where we're seeing uranium and the effects of fluid flow, which brings uranium. Cameco drilled those holes, and everything in red there is uranium hits in those holes. And the red down on the bottom there shows us the airborne geophysical target. We put this out last week as an image in a news release. This is the image of the resistivity profile in that area. This shows us where the rock is altered to clay, right in that same area, running along those targets that we see along those conductor targets and out in areas where we haven't drilled yet. This is the drill program for the summer. In this area, we already know for over about a 1 mile length, 1.6 kilometers, we've got uranium mineralization up to and near surface. We've got boron mineralization right to surface. This is a multiple stacked zone of uranium targets that we've only just started to drill. Cameco's given us 3 discovery holes. We're the 70% owner and operator, and we're going to continue through the summer because we believe that we can find Tier 1 targets in here, Tier 1 targets that will only be 20 minutes away from the world's largest, richest uranium mine. This in a $10 million company. A $10 million company, we saw NextGen a number of years ago at $25 million to go well over $1 billion on 200 million pounds of uranium. This is what we've been looking for the last 14 years. We quietened down for 7 years, but we've built up a nickel portfolio, and we believe we can make it in uranium this summer. We're only 20 minutes drive from the world's richest, largest uranium mine, and brilliant targets with new targets next door to us. So once you get all this energy, once we get all this power, we're using it to put into cars, storage for your homes, clean energy. And so this is where we come in with the Thompson nickel belt, this very large belt of nickel deposits that's been controlled since 1956 by the big mining companies, Inco and Falconbridge. And we've been able to pick up land positions as they expire. After 50 years, these leases were expiring. $12 million package here with multiple targets on our strong property. These are giant targets that will not take a lot of drilling to investigate. They're on strike of known deposits, and we've been talking to several groups now who wish to fund these. We're going to drill this target starting on the 1st of February. Multiple zones or multiple drill holes along a 1.2 kilometer long zone with nickel mineralization in it. But the 400 meter central part of that zone is showing extremely high grade nickel. We will drill into that, and we'll drill into some nearby targets that we believe also have the same potential. We're right adjacent to a 5 million ton deposit at Manibridge. We think this is the same type of event, and we're going to leapfrog from this onto multiple other projects. So we've covered the market in both uranium and nickel. We have a very tight structure in our company, 31 million shares. We've got 4,000 shareholders. Management has the largest position with 11%. We used to have an industry following before Fukushima. We're starting to get a lot of interest again, and we will build this company by bringing in strategic partners from overseas. We have a very strong board, where if you go through the names there, they're very experienced lawyers and people involved in the uranium industry for many, many years. And Corey Ballack, who's over here on the left, is our new COO, ready to drive a lot of these things forward with us. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Nickel and uranium, we're hoping to give you an exceptional run this year with CanAlaska. Go out there and buy some stock, support us. We're at 31 cents, there's a good upside for you. And come and see us at booth 328. We're having a free draw for gold roses, 24 karat real roses, and you get a free flashlight. Thank you very much.